Hello, sweet dear souls. We just need to say that again. Hello. Because when we say that, the amount of joy that floods through us is just amazing. Channel Peter is just giddy with that. And we so know you're on the road to feeling that causeless joy at all times, because that is your nature to be joyful. You may not realize that because you're dealing with the stress of whatever it is that's in the moment. But you weren't put here to be stressed. You weren't put here, of course. You chose to be here being the beautiful aspect of God that you are. So breathe in that joy. Know that more is coming. And it's so happening in the world around you, even if you don't see it or feel it in the moment. That's where we're moving. Now, we're extra excited to talk to you today because on the spur of the moment, the channel Peter decided to just do a recording because he had some free time. And rather than do it on the day he normally does it, he thought he would just do it now and get it done so he can have a whole day to relax and play. But he wasn't sure what the message was going to be because he hadn't asked us or talked to us. And so he's so frightened. Oh my God, I'm just going to go record a message. I don't even know what it is. Is there even such a thing? So we're extra excited because this is one more example where the channel can show his doubt, be afraid, move forward anyway, and then get the result that we're all watching right now. And that's a beautiful result of connection and joy. So what we're going to talk to you about is expanding creation. See, a lot of people worry, what is my purpose? What am I supposed to do? And we're here to tell you that you're made of God stuff, your source in a physical form, incarnate. I know you say, I have trouble connecting to my spirit. How can you sit there and say it's actually God? Well, it is. We spoke to you before of fractals, of how there's like an escalator moving up, and each step is one layer or level or expression of your beingness, your consciousness. It goes all the way to source, and it's all you. And so people wonder, well, what's my life purpose? What am I supposed to do? One of the greatest teachers that the channel Peter ever met said, life is for living. That's it. You're supposed to live. And if you live and do not get stuck, you'll be free and happy. And by getting stuck, we mean suppressed emotions that are not being released, which is why we say almost every week, clear, 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 clear. So what's going on with this living of being who you are? Well, you see, you're literally the eyes and ears, the physical feeling, boots on the ground, if you wish, expression of God, source. It is you. So in all the universe, source would create us with our freedom to grow and expand, to create and imagine things that are beyond what source could do if it didn't have our creative input and imagination. So we have these experiences and they just come to us over and we enjoy them or not. And then more is connected with source. And so source literally grows. Yeah, think about it. Not only are you God inside and expressing, you're the leading edge. Yeah. So you have the experience, and then source is greater for it. And that's literally your only purpose, go experience. So the question is, do you want to experience pain or fun? And a lot of people don't know they have that choice. I got to go to work because that's what we've been told. You know, the people who don't want to give us choice, who want to intervene between us and God and keep us separate so they can have power because that floats their boat. So they make us believe we're supposed to work, be proper and correct and all that other stuff, all the barriers you put on yourself. But in reality, you could do nothing and sit on a park bench all day and be totally fantastic, just as the eyes and ears and cutting edge expression of source that you are. So then you're saying, well, why is all this pain out there? Well, we've tried to explain this, that energy does not get fully expressed. It creates a blockage, creates a magnetic. See, this is the way the universe works. You're supposed to have these experiences, and if you don't, then it doesn't get fully expressed. The experience still happens, but you don't fully express it, process it by feeling your emotion fully, thus connecting to source, right? So the energy gets stuck, it gets blocked, and then it runs into resistance because the blocked energy kind of doesn't move so well. And it also, because the universe is designed to keep you expanding, growing, that's what we are, that leading edge of God. Because the universe is designed to keep you expanding and growing, it brings in experiences that attracts them magnetically, if you wish, experiences to run up against that blockage, to break it loose so you can finally break loose. So you can be done and move on. Now, some people don't get that. And they get tighter and more, oh, I can't feel this because it's terrible. Oh, no, it's more terrible now. It's more terrible now. Right? I remember I laughed when Peter got sober. He laughed. We laughed. It was so funny. He went into AA, right? Decades ago. And he would sit there at these meetings and talk with people and say things like, oh, yeah, I needed God to whack me over the head with a 2x4 before I got this. And it was funny, but it was serious too, because he watched many friends die. They couldn't even get past an addiction to alcohol. And so they kept medicating and numbing, and then they die from it. And we all know people who are in sad boats, whether it's for addiction or disease, and we could sit there and say, wow, that person could just let go. It used to be the saying, let go and let God. So we know, if you don't fully experience it, you keep attracting it, and it gets bigger and stronger. And we joked about the 2x4, but some people will get so stuck, they'll do an event, they keep attracting a set of emotions over and over and get bigger and worse and just feel terrible. And then they'll get into crashes they create and maim themselves or feel ill with disease and be knocked on their, for a long time. It's very sad, but it's how they're choosing to express because they don't want to let it go, feel it fully. So you've got the opportunities to feel things fully. Channel's working with so many people right now since he had posted on an interview with somebody who had many viewers. So he's very busy now. Lots of sessions he's doing, and the theme repeats over and over and over. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm blocked. Your blockage is not knowing what you're doing. Oh, things are getting worse, but I've dealt with it mentally. I've dealt with it mentally. Yeah, but you haven't felt it, so you're still getting the magnetic energy there. So you could be okay with the pain, but why? Why say walk around with a hurt all your time and just be okay with it because you dealt with it? Oh no, please feel it and just feel the joy. The joy. It's your birthright. And it's there. Now, another very interesting teacher, the channel Peter had, he likened this between lives. He would sit there and talk about how you got this great book, the book of your life, and it's not just your life, this life, but your being, your soul, your journey through consciousness as you can reconnect with the greatness of source that you are. And he would say you would write this fantastic first chapter, then you'd pass and go back and write that first chapter again. Then you'd pass, and then write that first chapter again. And it would just, they call it the cycle of karma, right? Just do this over and over again, lifetime after lifetime of suffering. Well, the beauty now is that the energetics of the planet are such that you can clear all those lifetimes. You don't have to do it lifetime after lifetime. But you got to stop and doing it over and over and over in this life. And if you can stop doing it over and over and over in this life, you'll clear out your karma. You'll clear all that you've been wanting to let go of and be closer to source and feel joy. So we can tell you this is here. This is what the energetics of the planet is. This is what the energetics of your being is. This is what your purpose is. So if you're looking for some purpose, oh, I got to help other people. There's so much sadness out there. And it's all true. It is. And if you really want to help other people, really want to reduce that sadness, do it here first in your heart. Clear for who you are first. Then you become a bubble. Many of you attend to these videos and you kind of feel it. Yeah, you feel like, oh yeah, this guy's got something. There's some joy going on. Because as he tells people he works with, when you feel like there's a pain in the heart and there's a knife sticking in your heart, grab it by the handle, grab the knife, the dagger by the hilt, and push it in deeper. Peter's done a lot of that, and he knows there's more to do when he's ready. So you, please stop the ongoing everyday suffering. Just knock it out in a few hours. Really, really sit with it. Let it go. Feel it. One of the favorite things he ever heard was he was in a large group process, and the next day everybody was talking about this one woman said, well, I got there and then it got so scary. I felt like my head was going to explode. So I stopped. I shut down the experience. And the monk who was teaching the process said to that beautiful soul, he said, you should have let your head explode. So we're here to tell you, let your head explode. Yes, let go of all that. That is your purpose. And then you will become a bubble of heaven, as the channel likes to call it. You will be just a joyous radiator source. People will notice it around you. And when there's enough bubbles of heaven on earth, then everybody, the whole planet ascends, and it's no longer heaven on earth. It is earth in heaven. That's what this 5D ascension is all about. That's where you're going. You're going to do it. Many of you in this lifetime, many of you soon. Some of you already understand it and have planted your flag, as we've suggested, that I am in 5D and I am living my life from a 5D perspective. You don't ignore the 3D stuff. You feel it, you act in it, but you make your choices and your connections, knowing that you're expansive already. Some of you are already doing it. And you'll see less and less of the 3D and more of the 5D. There's so many awakened souls, and some of them have huge spiritual openings, and they're just sadly looking at, oh, there's this problem, and this bad guy, and that disease, and then there's the money, blah, la, 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 la. See how it just drags you down with that energy. So stop it. Don't try to fix it. Oh, I got to control it and fix it. No, just stop it. Just stop it. Connect to your source. Know you're that bubble of heaven. Deal with what's here, not what's out there. That'll take care of itself. Literally, it'll just fall into place like magic around you. Then you can walk around bragging, oh, yeah, me and God, look what we did. Because you are source expression, and those are the miracles. Peter spent a month in this one class. He went to India and studied multiple times, but there was one class and it was a month long. So every day they were in there, and every day they would go over the nature of a miracle. And they weren't so interested in what the miracle was and what happened. They were interested in what was going on with the saint or the sage that was at the center of that miracle. You know, people who walked around and either received or performed miracles. And what was with them? What was their nature? And that's what we're here to tell you now. It's the same nature as you. They allowed it. They had the great connection with their source. And then they opened up and said, Okay. So they allowed it to happen. The receiving phase of the miracle is what made the miracle manifest. So stop fighting that outside fight. Get right in here, connect to your source, and then allow it. The world will change, guaranteed. And most importantly, you'll be happy in the moment and you can enjoy it more. And the bubble of heaven gets bigger because you're now in that joy. So we leave you with some joy because you're in your bubble of heaven, because you are source. Thank you so much for attending to this video. We can feel who's watching it energetically, not individual people that the channel Peter could name, but we could feel it. And we know those of you in the future watching it. And we feel that. So we're going to find a moment to end this tournament with energy directly. It's not us sending it, it is source. We're just open to source and allow ourselves to be the vessel, just like Peter's doing for us, all the way on up. And now we're asking you to be like those saints, those sages, and to receive it. Thank you. You are so blessed. Thank you for allowing us to bless with you.